Alex Frost. We are the founders of Floravina. The description you just heard a minute ago was a little bit older and a little bit simplified for what we do. You can see on the bottom, we are the affordable luxury of fresh flowers delivered to your door in an hour or less, 24/7. By show of hands, how many of you here have ever ordered flowers online? There's some inherent problems with flowers that we find. The delivery is slow. The flowers don't last long. In a lot of cases, what you order is not what shows up. That's because a lot of times on those online, what they do is they call the local florist and have them make it. In most of the country, they can't get the flowers that are in those bouquets that you see. We're lucky. Miami is the central hub of where all the flowers come into. But in parts of the middle of the country, they get daisies, carnations, roses, and baby's breath. And they make every bouquet you see on all of those wonderful online flower sites with those 4 flowers. And they don't last long, and they're expensive. What we've been able to do, and Alex is a second-generation, lifetime in the flower business, is collapse the supply chain from 5 steps to 2. The reason why those flowers don't last long is they've got to pass through 5 hands before they get to you. We've collapsed that and made it easier. It's part of the reason why 10 years ago there was over 24,000 local florist shops in the U.S. Right now there's 12 to 14,000. Almost half of them are gone. So how do we do this? So our product, we have Floravina bloom boxes. What we do is at the farms, and we have relationships with all the growers in South America, the ones that come through into Miami. They will pack our bloom boxes with everything that's needed to create that bouquet. The exact flowers, the container, instructions, everything. They're shippable anywhere in the U.S. in 48 hours. Supply chain is now 2 steps. The flowers are much fresher, they last much longer. Customers get the exact bouquet. It doesn't matter where you live in the U.S. If you see the picture of what our bouquet looks like, those are the flowers you're going to get. Also, we've developed 24/7 flower lockers. Anybody familiar with Amazon locker? Big yellow boxes where they stock them with product and you can just get it right that day. We have refrigerated lockers that we stock with the boxes. We're using South Florida as a test market because of our proximity to the flower market. We can cover the entire South Florida area, Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach County, with only 40 lockers that we replenish every 24 hours. You can order from online. Anytime 24/7, you'll have a barcode. You go in, hit it, door opens, pull the box out, you have your flowers. It's also perfect for mass market partners. We have several that have approached us already that want to have the Floravina bloom boxes stocked in their stores. Supermarkets, big box stores, all they need is a refrigerated case like that. We can have them in there all the time. It's also loved by the DIY market. We're going to tell you about what we've been doing in South Florida in a second. But the do-it-yourselfers love the bloom boxes. And it's an affordable luxury for aspirationals. Our price point, $39, $49, $59 for bouquets that would retail close to $100 and over. So what is our business model? You can go next. We are not an app. So it seems like this is a big app thing tonight. We're not an app. We're actually retail. So we are retail, wholesale, and online. Right now, we're doing DIY classes and DIY weddings here in South Florida. We did a 6-month pilot program to have hands-on brand engagement to see would people come in and want to take these boxes, put their own bouquets together, and have them at home. The response has been unbelievable. We've done over 1,300 people have been through the classes in that time at a $39 price point. The reviews are amazing. The return rate is amazing. What it does is it lets them make their own bouquet, show it off, and come back for more. You guys heard of paint night? Painting with a twist. You go with your friends, you drink, you do the thing. Same concept, only it's something you actually want to give as a gift, have on your table at the holidays. Holidays are big for us. Instead of make this awful painting and throw it in the closet. That's why our return rate is so good. We have Floravina.com. On there is how-to videos you can order. We also do monthly subscriptions. You can have a bloom box sent to yourself or someone as a gift every month. This is Floravina Fresh. That's one of the lockers. That's refrigerated. We do have an app, I lied. There is an app. It'll tell you where those blooms are available. So if there's a specific bouquet that you want, you can check the app and see, is it in a fresh locker near you? And then, of course, mass market. So we can go to the next one. And these are for you guys. In terms of market share, right now, retail flower sales in the U.S. is an $18 billion industry. Sales of cut flowers, which is where we're going, is $8 billion. We're on course to do $300 million in the next few years. Our engagement plan. Strong. So we have our hands-on events now that we're running throughout South Florida. We have the DIY weddings. We get brides and their bridesmaids to come in. The day before their wedding, they can make their own bouquets, make their own centerpieces, and they save about 50% or more off the cost of flowers for their wedding. Huge market for us. Partnerships with mass market and online retailers. And then we have our influencer outreach, where we talk to people that post about do-it-yourself and creating your own flowers. I think that should be the last one. Yes? Okay. So that is Floravina. We are able, like I said, the affordable luxury of fresh flowers within an hour, 24/7, anywhere in the country. Thank you.
How much of this is currently operational?
Right now we're doing the hands-on events. That was our test market. We wanted to see if people would, number one, respond to doing it themselves rather than ordering the bouquet that has to be delivered by a local florist. And the response has been terrific. You know, we have people come back and back and back. They're reviewing us on Yelp, they're reviewing us on Facebook, Instagram, sending pictures to family and friends. Here, look what I did.
So no lockers, no shipping currently of any product?
No, not yet, because that's what's coming. That's part of why we're raising the capital, is to get those going. But we do have, Alex, you know more about that than I do, on the lockers. We have a manufacturer for the lockers. Yeah. And all of the farms will put together the boxes for us the minute we say go, and then we can ship those anywhere. Because they'll come into Miami within 24 hours, and then we ship them back out. Or they'll drop ship direct.
Yeah, to accomplish what you're talking about, 24 hours delivered to you in less than an hour, you know, a substantial variety of flowers is logistically very difficult.
We actually did it in Los Angeles. We ran a test pilot in the Los Angeles market where we use crowdsourced delivery like Uber and Lyft. And once you have a predetermined number of SKUs and those are in inventory somewhere, then you can use the app to summon Uber drivers to come pick them up immediately and deliver right to the recipient.
So then my only concern with that is you would need enough of those to accumulate within your 1 hour time window for the delivery range of that driver.
Correct. As you know, with Uber, you can only do one driver, one phone. So we had to buy multiple phones in that market. So we'd have like Uber 1, Uber 2, like 10 phones, so we could handle 10 deliveries at a time.
And so you say that the grower is going to pack it direct and then ship it over. Which, have you spoken with them? Or
oh, yeah.
Yes, we met with Equiflor in Ecuador, and they're one of the largest flower companies in the world, and they have an office base here. And they're dying to find more ways to sell more flowers, because most of the flower shops are going out of business. Yeah, that was going to be one of my questions, is what's your recourse? You're not just going to call up your Ecuadorian grower and chew them out. The bouquet doesn't go the way that it's supposed to, so you need someone with a U.S. presence. For your quality control.
Yeah, and they do come in, basically. Right, well, they do come in through South Florida, so we do have that ourselves. We are here, we're looking at it again. We've had a relationship with them for years, and they are, since all these flower shops are dying, they're looking for more ways to sell in the U.S. market. The European market buys 3 to 5 times more flowers than we do here in the U.S. So they're actively looking for, how do we build that flower base here in the U.S.? How do we make it more affordable, longer life, more appreciation of it, and get it here and this is the way to do it.
So, by the way, great, confident presentation. So, we looked at businesses where you're packaging a perishable and a non-perishable in the same package, which is essentially what you're doing. The challenge that we found in a business before is if the perishable perishes, then your loss is not just the perishable product, but sometimes it's the repack of the non-perishable items. So, so knowing sort of demand and matching the supply to demand becomes super important. So, can you talk us through what's in the box that's not perishable?
Sure. In the box, the container is not perishable. What people are arranging the flowers in, maybe the ribbon, the tape, things like that. But we should say that Pro Flowers has been doing this for about 15 years, and they have about $100 million a month run rate. Their bounce rate is about 3% per month, so that they know every 100 packages, 3 bounce, they have to replace it. That's part of their margin and built into their revenue model. So
is there a solution where if something is kind of coming to the end of perishability, there's an alternative source for that?
Yes. Yeah. Especially here in South Florida, if you've been around Miami, you see there's a lot of flower vendors on the street.
Right.
And exactly what's going on there is any unsold product that's in the Miami coolers gets dumped on the street on the weekends. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday it gets unloaded. But we do have plans to rotate the product so that it's only date coded for 48 hours, and then it's removed from the locker and goes through other channels without branding.
And why do you need 40 lockers to cover? Does it take 40 locations to do within an hour?
South Florida, 20 miles wide by 100, so you got 200 square miles. And each locker can do maybe a 5-mile square radius, so about 40 lockers.
Okay.
I have a question. So we didn't talk. I did a project with one of your flowers, and so where do you fit in? I mean, are they your competition directly? I know they're a broadcaster.
No.
100 Flowers program. Can 100 Flowers be your partner?
Correct. Yeah, we can do that. So there's an opportunity even with the we talked about partnerships. In addition to what's there, the big box and there's in the supermarkets and those kind of things, there are online flower companies, and as these local florist shops are closing, they have less and less and less people that they can partner with. So they're looking for a solution as well. So they could stock Floravina fresh bloom boxes, and we could drop ship them for them when they get those orders, much like when they call a local florist to fulfill that order, we would fulfill it for them. So they are very much so potential partners.
Good contact there?
Well, if you have one, we'd like to hear it.
I have a couple of executives.
Yeah, exactly. And we can do that. We can white label. We can do all that stuff. But we have the connections, the logistics, how it gets packed, how it's done. All of those things are taken care of. Okay.
It strikes me. Have you ever thought about testing the business exactly on February 14th? I mean, just to really see in a high volume situation, what would happen. I ask because, before he founded Under Armour, Kevin Plank, when he was a walk-on football player at the University of Maryland, his business was delivering flowers on one day of the year to the dorm room of your significant other at the last minute. And that's kind of how he would sort of test volume, basically. So it seems like there's I guess we've missed that this year, but there's other, high volume.
Well, there's the 3 big days, right?
Yeah, the 3 biggest holidays are Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, and Christmas in the flower business. But to answer the question, why not do it on Valentine's Day, is because of the nature of supply and demand with the growers. When there's such a high demand, rather than ship their roses into the U.S. market, they'll ship it to Russia, or Europe, or Asia, wherever they get the highest price. And that's why roses are near $100 a dozen on Valentine's Day.
Right.
So it's a very difficult holiday logistically because every flower shop is looking for drivers. So if you want to add another 100 drivers, it's very difficult just to have 100 drivers. It's hard to get the product. The growers will cut anything that even remotely looks like a flower on Valentine's Day, no matter how shitty it is. And that's why you get very poor quality every year on Valentine's Day. Because they want to cut every bud that they know they can get $5 for.
Right. Well, I compliment you on kind of innovating outside of an app, right? Because I think today there's a lot of innovation around that, which is great and awesome, and we've seen some of that tonight. But there's also a huge area that gets somewhat not as much attention these days. So kudos for doing that.
Thanks.
I also agree with what John said about good, confident presentation. But one thing that I would say is you said you were on course to do 3 300 million in the next few years,
Mhm.
and that 300 million contemplates 5 or 6 prongs of your business, of which you've only engaged in one,
Mhm.
I would maybe just say that we are confident that we can achieve our goals based upon our feedback. I don't know, on course is pretty strong.
Okay, thanks, appreciate it.
Any questions from our audience members? Nobody? Okay, thank you very much.